What's good? What's good? What's good, man? It's your boy Dro here at the battle booth. At any sign of any bullshit, I'm calling it out and I'm addressing it. Most of you guys are already aware. We still on the Tay Roc and Murder Mook subject and topic. Super Battle of 2020. That took place about 4 or 5 days ago. But there still has been a total lack of coverage, narrative painting, you know, a lot of bullshit going on around this battle after it took place. Recently, Vada was pretty much exposed for there being a phone call, right, to Tay Roc while Tay Roc was live on caffeine. There's been a lot of talk about Vada being fraudulent, you know what I'm saying, to paint narratives, you know what I'm saying, being biased towards like Tay Roc and the URL and shit like that, right? And I addressed it. Murder Mook addressed it in a Battle Truth interview where he was presented with, I guess it was this footage of a conversation that took place while Tay Roc was live on caffeine with Vada. Now, the issue with the phone call, right, was that Vada was not aware that he was live on caffeine. And there were things that were being said on this phone call while live on caffeine that proved that Vada is compromised. By compromised, that doesn't mean anything crazy. It just simply means that he can be extremely biased towards Tay Roc and the URL for some reason. Maybe because he wants to partner with them at some point, or maybe because whatever reason it is that you're compromised. Like, compromise doesn't necessarily mean anything evil or anything. Compromise could simply mean that you're biased towards something, so you're going to do something to help that. That's being compromised, because at that point you are not being unbiased. You're not being, you know what I'm saying, neutral. You're compromised because you have a preference towards somebody, or you're biased towards them, or there's a reason that you want to be cool with them. That's being compromised. It's as simple as that. Angry Fan uploaded a video of the conversation that took place, I guess so that we can determine for ourselves whether or not this is actually him painting a narrative, or whether or not it's just a behind-the-scenes phone call. That's what he titled it, which I thought was very interesting, because if you have to ask that question, if that phone call and what Vada was saying is painting narratives or just a behind-the-scenes phone call, then that tells me that people don't know what painting a narrative means. That tells me that people have no idea what it means to paint a narrative. Or it tells me that I have to go in detail and explain what painting a narrative actually is. That's what it seems like to me. So the title that was posted on this video asks, is this painting narratives or just a behind-the-scenes phone call? I'm going to be completely honest in this video. So I'm not going to bullshit anybody. Because I find I believe myself to be a pretty intelligent individual. You know what I mean? So I can attempt to thoroughly explain a lot of the things that I try to explain. Like I can definitely. Painting a narrative. What is painting a narrative? What is that? Painting a narrative can simply be, I tell you that something is what it is. Simple as that. I can tell you something, whatever it is. I can tell you that something is something that it's not. And that would be creating a narrative. I can make up a fake story. I can make up stories and you know, knowing that I have influence, you know what I mean, and I have followers and shit. I can say anything, pretty much, to these people that will listen to me, and that would be creating a narrative. Do we need to simplify further what creating a narrative is? Because, I mean, it's really not that difficult to understand what it is to create a narrative. Now, let's put this into this perspective, right? If Vada, a person who has 65,000 subscribers on YouTube, goes on YouTube and starts talking trash about Murder Mook and what he's done for the culture, right, to his 65,000 subscribers, is that not painting a narrative? Is it not? Just ask yourselves this question. Just ask yourselves the question. If I have to answer that for you, you probably don't understand what's going on. But if you can answer that question for yourself, then you understand what painting a narrative actually is. People think that painting a narrative is something bigger than it is, or something difficult to... No. It's not. A narrative is simply that easy. Like that's what it is to create a narrative. That's it. Now you're creating the narrative that Murda Mook hasn't done anything for battle rap, so who is he? As opposed to being an honest and genuine blogger and being honest and being like, all right, you know, they have this skill in common, you know what I mean? No, if you sit there and you create video, if I sat here and I started to create videos about somebody not like, I'm creating a narrative. If I sat there and told you another blogger that I'm competing with or whatever hasn't done anything for the blogging community because I'm talking shit and I don't want him to get any more views or any more attention, I'm creating a narrative. Regardless of what he's done, he probably has done a lot for them, but I'm creating the narrative that that blogger hasn't done shit. That's creating a narrative. It's as simple as that. So when I see a video like this, yo, and I see it titled, "Is this painting a narrative or just a behind-the-scenes phone call?" It really makes me question, yo. It really makes me question. Like, what is up here for some of you people? Like, what is this functioning for some people? Like, does this work? Does this part of your fucking brain work? Yes, this is absolutely painting a narrative. What's interesting too, man, to further support the fact that it is creating a narrative, while Vada is talking to Tay Roc, he tells him things like, oh, I'm also going to talk about this for you guys. When it's hate on Murda Mook, like hating on Murda, I'm also going to do this for you guys. I'm going to talk about this for you guys. He says things like that throughout the... And he's referring to the blogs that he's getting ready to create narratives for URL, for the biasness that he has for the URL and for Tay Roc and shit like that. That's what it is. This video is not difficult to understand. It's not difficult to understand that that's exactly what is happening. That Vada is extremely biased towards either Tay Roc or for whatever specific, I don't know what reason it is. I don't know if they pay him or if he's working to be a part of them or he wants to be, I don't know why, but he does have a bias towards Tay Roc and them and the URL. Period.
I'm like, fuck the vet shit. I'm talking about battle rap wise. Like rap for rap. What has this nigga done in any battle that you've seen in the last 5-10 years?
And he told Tay Roc before this that this is what he's going to make a blog about. Like, he was explaining to Tay Roc that this is what he's going to blog about. The screen recording started. It started like a little after the initial part of that conversation. But from when they started screen recording, he already took this is what he's going to be blogging about. He's going to drop blogs talking about this stuff, and then he starts explaining what it is that he's going to be dropping blogs about.
Anything you've done in the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So to put it simply, we don't even need to really, like, if you know what creating a narrative and painting a narrative means, you know that that's exactly what that is. It became just a behind-the-scenes phone call because he was caught. If he was not caught, those blogs would have dropped. So no. So yes, he was going to be painting those, but he got caught. So at this point in time, now that those blogs didn't drop, now it is just a behind-the-scenes phone call because those blogs didn't drop because he got caught. So the fact that I even have to explain, I feel like, to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this is, I hope this wasn't an actual, like, legitimate question that somebody was asking themselves, but hopefully, like, something he might have been asking us. But even then, I don't understand why, because this is obviously painting narratives. Like, this is obviously, and this is what we're addressing. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about that type of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it would be painting a narrative if Vada with 65,000 subscribers starts to drop his blogs talking about what has Murda Mook done. He's not, you know what I'm saying? Yes, that would be creating a narrative. Yes. To put it simply, to answer that question, yes, it would be creating a narrative. I'm out, man. Subscribe to the motherfucking Vada booth.